Welcome once again to another edition of Deep Dive in Tech. And on today's episode, we're going to be looking at different ways of connecting to our SQL Server. On the last lecture, we used SQL Server Management Studio. This is a graphical user interface where we can pretty much do every single thing that we want to do on SQL. We can write queries through the interface here where we say select all from sys.tables, and we select the database that we want to do this, and we have a list of tables in this database. We can single out one of these tables and do a select, and we can do a join, and we can do different kinds of things. But what if for a reason you don't want to use the graphical user interface? You're like me and you want to use maybe PowerShell to access your database. What do you do? Now there are a bunch of things you need to do. One is you need to import SQL Server module. So if you fire up your PowerShell window preferably in administrative mode, you can say import module name SQL Server. Now I already have this module here, and it probably would fail, or it would ask me if I want to overwrite it, and I'll say no because I already have it. But if you don't have it, you want to import this model. I'm sorry about it, not import. You want to install model. And it used to be SQL PS, but this has been deprecated, so it's SQL Server. And it tells me untrusted repo. You're installing the models from an untrusted repo. If you trust this repository, change its installation policy value by running the set ps repository commandlet. Are you sure you want to install this model from the gallery? And I will just say yes to all because I don't want to go through every single one. It actually should see that I already have it and tell me, but let's see. Okay, so if you look at this error message, it says package management install package. The following commands are already available on this system. So I already have a bunch of models here, but if you have not done this before, it will take you through all the, you can install it. Now, another thing you want to do is that since we're using PowerShell to talk to SQL Server, we have to enable a bunch of things. So if you open the config manager, you want to look for this SQL Server network connections, right? And we're doing this in our test environment. You want to enable TCP IP. You want to enable named pipes, and you want to enable shared memory. So once you have this enabled, go into TCP IP, go to addresses. Since this is my local workstation, I go to IP all, and I added 1433. Now you can add any port that you want, but SQL Server default port is 1433, right? 1433. Add that, hit apply. It will prompt you that SQL services need to be restarted. Go ahead and restart it. I've already done mine, so I don't need to restart it again. But if you haven't done it, after you add the port, restart your SQL Server services. Once that is restarted, then we are going to test. We're going to test and see. One more thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your SQL Server account, your SQL Server instance allows remote connection. That's one more thing. And how do you do that is you open SQL Server Management Studio, right click on the instance and go to properties and go to connections. Once you go to connections, you would see allow remote connections to this server. If this is not checked, please go ahead and check it. And once that is done, then you are done. Now I've written out a PowerShell script that we're going to look at together. Now let's take a look at the first one. Just gonna make it PowerShell. Yes, PowerShell. So invoke SQL command. This is the commandlet that we'll be using. Server instance. The server is my computer, which is AdmoreNote. The database that we're going to be querying is AdventureWorks 2022. And we're going to maybe just do a simple query. We'll say select all from sys.tables where name like let's say name starts with C and can have anything behind. Okay, so what this query is saying is select everything from sys.tables when name starts with C. And to show you that it's going to bring out something, we're just going to run this same query against the AdventureWorks 2022 database. And let's see what it brings out. So select all from sys.tables where name is C. So we have 8 tables. We have contact type, country region, currency, credit card, culture, currency, currency rate, and customer. Okay. So let's copy this whole thing and go to our PowerShell window, paste, and run. So it's giving us more than, okay, it gives us the same tables, but it's giving us a whole bunch of things inside the tables, like the columns in the table. So the name of the table is giving us contact type. We have object ID. So you know what? Let's make it more focused. So we'll just say select. We'll just say select name. We don't have to put all that stuff in there. Select name from sys.tables where name like this. So to make it more easier for us to see. Okay, so when we say select name from sys.tables when name like C, we have contact type, country, region, region, currency, credit card, culture, currency rate, and customer. Now we can do this for almost every single query that we want. So we can even create a database. So I'm just gonna say create database, profit, customer profit. So it's still the same command, invoke SQL command. Server instance is AdmoreNote, which is my server. Database is AdventureWorks 2022. And and we say create database customer profit. So we take this and we run it, and we come back here and refresh. We see customer profit. All right. And this is where we will stop in our lecture today. And if you want to see more, please catch me on the next lecture. Thank you and bye.